My name's Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be approaching arm balances. And one of the things that I hear from students is that they always want to learn how to arm balance, but it's really hard. It's super challenging. They don't really know where to get started. There's all these things with wrist hurting or not being able to be flexible enough for the poses. And I think that these are all really important things to address. They're all very difficult to address on your own as well. What we're going to focus on today is wrist mobility. Now, your wrists are something that we just don't give enough love in our daily life. We sit on computers and type, we read, we write, we do all sorts of things with our hands, and these are very fine-tuned muscles. They're very fine ligaments and tendons, and they need time to strengthen. They also need time to heal as well. So I would not say jump into your arm balance practice right away, starting to do hours upon hours of arm balancing every day, but maybe start with your wrist mobility every single day, add on maybe 5-10 minutes. And then from there, as you're feeling more comfortable, as your wrists and hands start to become stronger, you'll be able to spend a lot more time on your hands. The first practice that we're going to add in for wrist mobility is to give a little bit more extension and flexion. You're going to come into all fours, your fingertips point forward, and you want to be not too far away from your wrists and not too far forward either. Generally, a good stance is to have your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. Press down into your fingers and the knuckles of your hands and start to rock back and forth. If the heel of your hand starts to come up off of the ground whenever you rock forward, keep this movement just a little bit more short until your wrists become more flexible and you can move through that range of motion with stability. Now you're going to take your rocking side to side. I like to take my knees just a little bit wider for this. This also helps warm up your shoulders for your arm balancing, which will help bring more stability to transitions, to moving forward, jumping back. Now keep rocking side to side. You're going to turn your fingers out. So you're rocking over the right, over the left, right, left. Keep rocking side to side. And now keep your fingers facing out. You're going to rock back and forth again. More into the pinky edge to the thumb edge. Pinky edge, thumb edge. Press down into your knuckles. Press down into your finger pads. And now keep your rocking back and forth. You're going to bring your fingers to face towards you. You'll notice that you probably won't go quite as far back as you were before. Don't allow the heel of your hand to come up. You want to keep your entire palm down onto the ground, rocking back and forth. This will also help open up your forearm, give you a little stretch. That should feel pretty nice. Keep your fingers facing back, rock side to side. Slowly unwind, sit back onto your heels, shake out your hands very gently. You don't want to give too forceful pressure, especially with your wrists, because building this strength, building this flexibility, and building your mobility in your wrists is going to be very delicate. You can get a little bit too aggressive, and that will actually put you back a few steps rather than moving you forward. You're going to place your tops of your hands down onto your mat now. And if you want to sit your hips back towards your heels, if you have your hands too far away from your knees, this is going to be harder. Whereas if you bring your knees closer to your fingertips, then this is going to be easier to sit down. Spread your fingers wide, click all 10 fingernails down into your mat or the ground, and then bring your thumb and your index finger to touch. Click all other 10 fingers down. I have my thumb and my finger touching like this. Now bring your index finger, your thumb back down. And then bring your thumb and your middle finger to touch. If your ring finger comes up, press it back down to the ground. Press all other 6 fingernails down, just your thumb and your middle finger to touch. And now extend out, and then bring your thumb and your ring finger to touch. Get your middle finger back down, get your pinky finger back down. You want to try to hold it for a couple of seconds. This will help build strength on the inside of your forearm. And then extend out. And then bring your thumb and your pinky finger to touch. This one's the hardest to get your ring finger back down. Get it back down. Get it back down. Touch it. It has a mind of its own sometimes. And then let everything release. Slowly peel your hands up. And then press your hands away from you as if you're pushing into a wall. Flex your fingers back towards you. Try not to curl your hands. Extend out. Press your fingers out. And then bring all 5 fingers on each hand to touch. Bring your wrists back so you're bringing like little snaky heads back. You're going to unwind. Serve a platter in front of you. Spread your fingers wide. And then press the wall away from you. Press out. Snaky heads. Bring your snaky heads back. Unwind. And serve your platter. Press your hands away from you. Reach your fingers out. Bring your snaky heads together. Snaky head straight back. Unwind. Serve a platter. One more time. Press the wall away from you. Bring your fingertips together. Bring your wrists back. Unwind. Serve a platter. And place your hands down onto your thighs. Give your wrists a little relax here. When you're going through these, I encourage you to pick and choose a couple of these. You don't have to do them every single time, but at least do like 3 or 2 before you get into your arm balancing. This is a great way to warm up for your practice as well. We have 2 more exercises. Now we're going to come into our fingertip push-ups. These will help strengthen your finger pads, strengthen your grip of your hand, and allow you to strengthen a little bit more into your wrists as well. There are a couple of different levels. You can keep your knees down. You want to walk your knees back further than you have them before. So you don't want to be doing your push-ups right here. You want to be a nice long straight line from the crown of your head back to your seat. Draw your navel in, tuck your sit bone underneath. Now bring your elbows down by your side, press down, and then press away. Bring your elbows down by your side, navel in, press away. If you notice that that's really difficult on your fingertips, try one hand at a time. So you have your right fingertips down, your left palm down. You come down, come back up, switch it. Come down, come back up, switch it until you're able to do all 10 fingertips down onto the ground. Now, if that's a little bit easy, some of you might be able to lift your knees up off of the ground. Again, maybe you start with 1, and then you can move toward both. Try about 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Remember, you can alternate. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. 2 more. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Last one. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Good job. Shake that out. Let it go. Maybe give your fingers a couple of little squeezes. And the last one, we're going to start with our fingertips facing in, tops of your hands down. Now you want to have your hands just a little bit wider. If I have my hands too narrow, this isn't going to work. So just a smidge bit wider than you would place them for a regular chaturanga or push-up, yogi push-up. Tops of your hands down. You're going to bring your hands into fists, and then on your way down, you're going to open your palms. Bring your hands into fists. On your way down, open your palms. Now, the most accessible level is with your knees close towards you. You can go ahead and stick your booty up and bring your fists in. A little bit more challenging, you're going to walk your knees back Open up. Exhale, bring it in. Open up. Exhale, bring it in. Some people do this with their knees up off of the ground. That is not in my practice. Little wrists, little muscles. Don't exactly do that. So I'm still working with my knees down. This is another good one where if you need to, keep one hand in a palm while you work with the other hand. So you can open up, bring it in. 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 3 more. Open up, bring it in. Open up, bring it in. Last one. Open up, bring it in. Now come to a seat. Shake out your hands. Give it a nice little release. And then bring your palms to touch and lift your elbows up. Find some energy between your palms. Press your hands together. Wrap your shoulder blades together, open across your chest. And then bring the backs of your hands together. Bring your elbows slightly down. Depress your shoulders. Relax. Let your palms face up onto your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice the strength in your hands, your fingers, your wrists. And allow your body to absorb that strength, absorb that work that you just put in. Deepen that mind to muscle connection. So that way when you're getting into these arm balances, it is automatic that your wrists just start to turn on. Your hands start to work the way that they need to. And this will really help out your arm balancing, your stability in handstand, even your stability in forearm stand. Being able to press down into the ground is what's going to help stop you from falling too far forward. It's going to help you balance your torso above you, your hips above you. And so adding in, like I said, just 2 or 3 of these practices every single day. Every time that you step onto your mat, you're going to notice a difference in a matter of weeks. I hope that this helps you. And with a deep and gracious heart from mine to yours, I say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be free and happy. Thank you.